Lockdown, day 5.
We almost got the timing right. So we said we would talk about the things that we're doing to keep ourselves sane and keep ourselves going, and then how we're feeling and kind of what's happening with this virus. So let's start with what we've been doing to stay sane. I have been editing. I've spent the whole day editing. I've done number 1, 2, 3, and I'm halfway through 4, and then I've got 3 more to go. And it's such fun. I had no idea I would have such fun doing this. I'm very slow because I'm learning as I go.
No, you don't.
No, I am. I'm very slow, but I'm getting better with each one that I. No, it's true. But with each one that I do, I get faster and better. I get like more ideas. I'm not awesome. They're not awesome ideas, but it's fun anyway. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And you?
I've been sleeping. I've just been exhausted. Really.
Not a sign of anything.
No.
Yeah, no, but you're a super shopper. You've done some amazing online shopping today.
This morning I woke up. Well, you see, I actually woke up at 2. That may explain why I slept throughout the day.
And we went to bed at 1.
Yeah, so I slept for an hour, woke up, gamed, read stuff on the news, and then at about 6:30, I went onto this Checkers app, the place yesterday we said we couldn't order from, and I spam clicked it, and I got in and ordered the stuff, and then I tried again. I paid, and then I tried again like 20 minutes later, just to see. And
lo and behold,
I ordered again.
Not the same stuff.
They didn't have. They said they had all of it, but by the time they did the delivery, half the stuff didn't arrive anyway. So that was a bit annoying. But if someone, I don't know who told you, but there's a company called.
Just someone on WhatsApp in our. I can't even remember. But anyway, somebody on WhatsApp in our kind of complex group said that if you order, it's like an Interflora kind of thing, where you would like send someone a gift basket or flowers or something, that they're still ordering, and there's food options.
Yeah, so we got a basket, a gift basket, but filled with fruit and chocolate and appetizer. Our fave.
Hey, cheers. My appetizer.
And so.
And that arrived like within hours of ordering, which is amazing.
It was amazing.
And the Checkers stuff as well arrived a couple of hours later. Okay, so there's quite a process. Do you mind me talking about this quickly?
No.
There's quite a process to like keep it germ free.
Oh my goodness. So, it does drive me a bit nuts.
That's okay. Corona will drive you nutser. Nutser, it's a word. I use it in the sentence. Anyway, so Justin goes and collects it at the gate, the parcels of stuff, with his gloves on. And then I have on the shelf in the kitchen.
Do you know how embarrassing it is putting in front of these guys, putting kitchen...
Well, they are
yellow,
proper latex gloves, but just wears washing up gloves. Anyway,
they look at me like
this
idiot.
So then I open up a rubbish bag, so it's wide open on the shelf. So he brings the packets in and puts them on the shelf. Okay, now I wear those latex like AIDS gloves. I don't wear my washing up gloves. Then I have a basin, the preparation bowl full of boiling water that I've just bought from the kettle, boiling water and jig, and a cloth. So he unpacks the items while still wearing his gloves out of the packets, and then he puts the packets in the rubbish bin. And then I wipe down every item. So like the milk jug and even like the fruit, which we'll have to wash again before we eat, and the bread packet and the cheese. And literally everything gets wiped down with a boiling hot cloth with Jik on. And then I put it on the shelf on the side.
Our pantry cupboard smells like Jik.
Justin then takes his gloves, doesn't matter, then takes his gloves, washes the gloves in the boiling Jik water, puts the gloves outside in the sun. And then the stuff that I've washed and cleaned, he then packs away. I then take off my gloves, turn them inside out, plop them in the middle of the rubbish bag, and all the packets and stuff that came with are then scooped up in that black bag and thrown into the bin. Then, even though the shelves didn't have anything touching them, I then clean the shelves, disinfect the whole area, the cloth gets another wash and goes in the sun. And then an hour later, another delivery arrives. So that is our process.
It's a process, but I feel safe. I mean, obviously, we're pretty germ-free in here, which is good.
Well, we hope so.
Just in 5 days, I'm going out into the fray, so then we'll see. But I mean, obviously, be careful, you know me.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean that has been how I've kept myself busy today. We are hoping
With
to take
shopping.
a virtual
And the shopping, by the way, is
museum tour
just.
tomorrow.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Okay.
The shopping is just so. I mean, we do have enough supplies for the 21 days of lockdown, but we're quite sure that it's going to be extended. So we don't want to eat into all our supplies. So while we can get other supplies being sent to us with online shopping, we don't have to actually go out. We're getting that so that our stores stay in reserve for if the lockdown carries on, because then there'll be like a ridiculous rush on the shops that we'd like to avoid. Okay, museum tour.
Yeah, we're gonna tour the Louvre tomorrow.
Yep.
Virtual tours on our free online. The Louvre. Our death toll rises to 5. There are now 1,353 cases, and there have been just under 40,000 people tested. I'm skeptical.
I'm skeptical.
I'm a skeptic by nature, so I mean, but I also want to be optimistic here. So I'm kind of treading difficult waters here.
No,
so I don't believe the numbers.
No, I think our testing is so slow that there are people who've been tested that the results haven't come out yet. So they appear to be, coronavirus free, but I think they actually haven't. And the results are just, I mean, that one lady in Kailicha took 10 days,
10 days
from when she got tested to when the results came out. So that's the speed of our testing. I think there's a lot of people out there being tested who are positive, but the results haven't come through yet.
So we're still backlogged essentially by 10 days. So we're looking at 10 days ago results, technically. If we go by the one, another thing that really bothers me is any time a government practices censorship, it really bothers me. And very early on, the NHS, the National Health Service, decided that they are going to be the only people that are allowed to release numbers, to comment on the deaths or anything at all. So before that, the news channels were abuzz with this case and this case, and it seemed to be more frequent. But now we get it once every second day, and the numbers are small. The increases are tiny. It just doesn't make sense, because at this time in Italy, which is a first world country, they're about 10,000 by now.
Could be. In a week 3.
With 500 deaths or so. So it's a bit...
The numbers were way ahead, but... Sorry. It's a crocodile.
No, Lukey Luke's dead.
I mean, I don't think our numbers are accurately reflecting the numbers that we actually have. So that is what
I hope that they are.
Yeah, maybe. Hey? The whole of Africa seems to be less than Europe was.
Much less.
By the same amount of time.
Which is one of two things. Either it's because we're in half of Africa is in the southern hemisphere, and we're coming up for a hot summer.
Yeah.
Or just the infrastructure in Africa is a lot slower, which is what we tend to believe. But anyway, because we're lower than 25 degrees most days now, and that's temperature that kills the virus.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yep.
That's the update for today.
Today's update. But for now, we're hale and hearty, healthy.
We're very lucky and very fortunate.
Very well fed, well rested, and still in good spirits for now. Eh? Concerned, but not in bad spirits, not in a bad emotional state.
We read just one quick thing. We read a very good essay this morning written about the president and how he's handling this and what he has to deal with. A backlog of the presidency of Jacob Zuma before him, corruption, state capture, and all that's done to our economy. We've recently had a downgrade, which I mentioned yesterday, and now he's dealing with an international health pandemic and crisis in our country all at once. And the realization is that South Africa does not have the economic infrastructure to cope with and handle this. And the poor man, I do feel a lot of pity for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
Okay. So that's our update for today.
Okay.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.